Welcome back, my friends. We are going to do our read aloud for now. We are on chapter 21 of A Long Pitch Home by Natalie Lorenzi. And remember, for today, we're only going to read one chapter. Monday, we will read two chapters. So let's go. Chapter 21. I can tell by the way Coach Matt and Coach Pablo grin at each other that the news is good. I'm seated in the bleachers, waiting to warm up for my very first Cardinals practice, my arms folded against the chill of this gray March day. Coach Matt rubs his hands together. All right, folks, time to listen up. We all quiet down. We've got some good news, an exciting event coming up for the team. I wonder if Jordan knows what this news is. Living with Coach Matt, maybe she overheard something. But she's still not talking to me, so it doesn't matter. We've got a shot at an exhibition tournament where some bigwigs will be watching us play. Bigwigs? And that expedition game will be played at... Coach Matt and Coach Pablo grin at each other before saying together, Nationals Park in Washington, D.C. Cheers erupt and even the coaches can't quiet us down. Nationals Park? Wait till I tell Jalal. Coach Pablo waves his arms up and down to get everyone to be quiet again. We thought you'd all be excited. Coach Matt nods. There's a push to include some new sports in future Olympic Games. At that moment, baseball is not an Olympic sport. There are choruses of, what and why not? And that's not fair. Coach Matt raises a hand. I know, hard to believe. Baseball became an official Olympic sport in 1992, but we got kicked out in 2012. Coach Pablo looks disgusted. But we are not going to sit around and feel sorry for ourselves, Coach Matt shakes his head. There are two groups working together on this. One is trying to get baseball back on the Olympic docket. Coach Pablo glances at his clipboard, and the other group is trying to do the same for a sport called cricket. I freeze. Akash nudges my arm, and I shoot him a grin. One problem with baseball and cricket in the Olympics is that the games can take a long time. So what, Jack says. That just means there's more greatness to watch. Coach Matt and Jack fist bump. Good point, Jack. There's one version of cricket that only lasts about 3 hours instead of several days. Carlos looks at me. Days? I shrug. Why is that so surprising? I've only seen Nationals Park on television when Jalal and I watched the games last fall. It looks huge. What would it be like to play there? So how does it work? Jack asks. The Cardinals have been selected as one of 10 top teams in the region, Coach Pablo explains. When we make it to the semifinals, the top 2 teams will face off at Nationals Park. We've got our work cut out for us, Coach Matt adds. The team from Loudoun has been selected for the tournament too. Everyone groans, except for me and Jordan. Coach Pablo holds up a hand. I know, they beat us last year for the state championship, but I think we've got a good shot at winning this. Whoever clinches that exhibition game travels to Toronto this summer for the final game against the Canadian semifinal winners. All expenses paid. There's only one catch. Coach Matt looks serious. What does he mean? Only one catcher. That's not what he said, right? We always play with one catcher. Coach Matt scans our faces before he speaks again. If we win, the trip would be a lot of fun, no doubt about it. But if we win at Nationals Park, the final game will take place in Toronto on July 4th, the same day as the state championships here at home. If we do qualify for the state finals game, but go to Toronto instead, then we forfeit the state title. Oh. There is too much to think about. Everyone must feel the same way because we have the worst practice we've ever had. Coach Pablo says he needs us to focus, and we are, just not on what's happening on the field. When Jalal picks me up after practice, I fling open the car door and blurt out, "The Cardinals might play at Nationals Park." Jalal's eyes widen. "Your Cardinals?" "Yes." I get in and pull the door shut, tossing my bag in the back and high-fiving Jalal. I fill Jalal in on what the coaches said. "Man, Bilal, you playing at Nats Park?" "Only if we make it, though, through the playoffs. Just the top 2 teams get to play the exhibition game." I can see Jalal is happy for me, but I think he must also be a little envious. So I add, "It's only for kids 12 and under. They're trying to get more countries to start up cricket and baseball teams for kids, so people will want to see these sports in the Olympics." Jalal nods. "So you have to convince a bunch of government diplomats that baseball is a good thing." "And we will," I answer. "Your dad will be so psyched if you get to play ball, or if you get to play, Bilal. If you do, I'll film it for him." "Thanks, Jalal. But we don't need a video but we won't need a video if Baba is there for real." When we get home, I grab my bag and head inside. An idea forming in my head. If Baba knows I might be playing at Nationals Park, maybe he'll hurry up and try to come sooner. I probably won't get to pitch in a game that important, not unless Jordan is sick, but at least I'll be there in the dugout. Out back, Ami and Auntie are sitting on the swing, talking. Auntie's hand pats my mother's arm. I slide open the glass door and Auntie stops mid-sentence. I tell them how I might get to play at Nationals Park, but their reaction is not like Jalal's. Even though they're both smiling, their eyes look tired. "Bilal, this is happy news," my mother says, but her voice sounds forced. I look from one to the other. "Can we call Baba and tell him? I know it's late, but he won't mind." My aunt's eyes dart to my mother's face for only a second, then she looks down at her hands. "Not at this hour, Bilal. Dado needs her sleep." I sigh, but I know Ami is right. "Did you talk to Baba this morning?" My mother stands. "He is doing fine, Bilal. He'll be glad to hear your news." My aunt rises too. "We'd better get dinner started." The door closes, but before they head into the kitchen, my mother turns and looks at me. Her smile is sad, and I wonder what she and Auntie were talking about. I bring my bag up to my room and find Jalal at his desk, the computer screen glowing. "Hey, Bilal, take a look at this." He's got a website up about the expedition. Wow! I lean over to get a better look at the big, gleaming stadium. Jalal scrolls down past words and photos of kids playing baseball and cricket. He stops about halfway down and touches the screen with his finger. "Look at the list of VIPs. VIPs? Very important people." "Oh, the diplomats." I lean in a little closer. On the VIP list is a name I've heard since before I even started playing cricket. Omar Khan. I stand. "What? Omar Khan is going to be there? But he's not a diplomat." Jalal clicks on Omar's name and a new page opens. It says although his cricket playing days are over, he's a politician. He wants to be Prime Minister of Pakistan. I don't really care why he'll be there. He'll be there at Nationals Park. Baba won't want to miss this game. He has to come now. He has to. All right. And that was chapter 21. On Monday, we'll read chapter 22 and 23. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you Monday.